Good morning. It is Tuesday, and I believe it's July 28th. Um, I did do my journaling this morning, and I did write it down, not really sure. But anyway, I wanted to come here live today because I have been trying to organize my house, and it's still taking a long time. But I had set up this area to do Zoom calls, when I worked for Vera Bradley, and, I don't really use the space except for storage, but I decided to set it up to have this be my correspondence desk. So I would love to do my videos here and not mess up my dining room table. So since I cleaned off my table a couple weeks ago, I am trying very hard not to start projects that I'm not going to finish on there. So this gives me the chance to bring all the things to the area I want to talk about today, and I'm really excited you're here. I mostly wanted to talk about finishing projects and the guilt that comes with unfinished projects. So, I worked for Paper Source, and their motto was do something creative every day. And so this is a great rubber stamp that I got that I could put in my journal and put a date on it to remind me to do that. And the other reason why I'm sharing this is because they gave not actually, they had a workshop in the store where you could work on making a journal. So I got it, I started it, and then I shared a bit of it as I went along. And they gave out these postcards that had these color coordinated square pictures, and then the color scope, which is actually a horoscope that goes along with the colors. And so I had a good time doing the layouts, and I even printed out pictures from my highlights from this summer. And I was really happy to keep going with it, picking it up, picking it down every week or so. And then, with all the places that I went to and everything, especially when I went to Atlantic City overnight, that was fun. I completed it. I finished it page to page, every page. Yay. And I find the smaller I work and the littler the project, the better off I'm finishing it. So, man, I like think about painting again. I really would love to paint again, but I'm so afraid of having blank canvases and unfinished projects in my house. So, I'm really waiting on that to make sure that I'm going to follow through with what I'm doing. So, Paper Source is a great place to go to see what's new, to buy colors. Everything's by color. So they have this wall in the back I'm going to talk about for a little bit. It's called the paper bar. And they have envelopes, and then they have note cards, and they have all different sizes. So this was one of my favorites, of course. So this I was able to do and then line with their liner kit. They have a liner kit which has these um, templates that go with the envelope size. So you get to know like what size card is this? This is an A2. I'm sorry, A2, and the envelope isn't an A2. So this is a great thing and fun to do when um I am trying to start to write more to people. And so I had a really good year last year. We had a little thing going with about 8 people, and we were getting mail each month and sending mail each month, and it sort of faded away. I know I had a hard time last summer doing it because during the summer it's hard to do projects like that. But I was able to like sit down in this area and start cutting things out and getting things ready. And and I also have this pile of postcard stickers I had made back when I had my store in 2016 and closed. So it's been 10 years. So these have been in a box for 10 years waiting to be used. But I don't need to do the volume, but I'm going to change it up a little. I'm going to put quotes here, hopeful quotes, because I find Asbury Park one of the hopeful places, that's near me. And, it goes through phases. It's up and down, just like people. It's trying to rise and it's still struggling. So, this is my homage to that. And I am still struggling to rise also. I think honestly in life, we're always struggling to rise. There's always something we're trying to overcome. There's something that we're longing for that we want. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people find what they're longing for and then they're happy for life. But if I looked at things that way right now, that would be really tough. So I mostly feel like every 10 years we sort of go through something, a change, especially women, because women, our bodies and our circumstances change so much, especially when we're mothers. Like what we witness a child do as like from when they're age, from when they're born to when they're 20, it's a constant change. Every day is a change. Every day is different. And honestly, every day is a struggle, to get through sometimes. It's not easy, life. It is an uphill battle. I call it that. And I do that in my art a lot where I'm drawing a hill, that we're climbing. So anyway, that's one of my things that I hope to do. So in thinking about that, I have this huge, um, postcard collection. So when I was in Ocean Grove, I think I found this book in Ocean Grove. It's actually a postcard book. So I was able to take all my Ocean Grove, um, postcards and organize them in this. And that made me really happy when I did that. I think I did that when I lived there. I think I found the book and I actually had my postcards with me because I thought I'd be doing some projects while I was living there. And then the other thing I did also was to organize all of these are mostly all my New Jersey, postcards. I still have a whole another pile, but, I just have to go through them to see which ones to reproduce again. I love making cards with ones like this. And then I was just looking at this, like, look at the gardens in Asbury Park. This was called Library Square. Ooh, there's a postmark. Maybe I'll see when this is from. This is from 1958. This is what, um, Asbury Park looked like. Somebody sent the postcard to someone in Philadelphia, and she's saying that she's having a delightful time here for a few times. So I love looking at each one, and I believe I get very emotionally invested in the things that I collect. And there was a time that I was going to sell this collection. So this summer is a little different for me. And I normally would be going to the beach or I'd be going to the pool. But I'm not enjoying that as much as I used to. The heat bothers me immensely. Uh, from my eyes, sensitivity to the bright light to the heat, the humidity. I feel like I swell up a lot, and that makes my joints hurt. But anyway, enough about me. but that's why I'm inside doing things like this and sharing it with you. So, another type of postcard that I have are these folder cards. Um, and I've tried to sell them on eBay. I I love them. I mean, they take a place and then they have all these different scenes from them. These, I don't really know the dates of these. I imagine they're from the 40s to the 50s. And um, I have probably 125 of these. These I thought had some value to them, so I was taking a picture of each one and trying to sell it. And when you're trying to take a picture of each one for things and it's not selling, you move on and go to other things. But I'm thinking of trying to add some value to it for today, because what do I like to do when I go somewhere right now? I like to paint these watercolor um size. It's the size of a postcard, and I have stamps that I can make it into a postcard on the back, or I could even just draw on the top or say on the top that it's a postcard. But I've been really liking these. And then I don't have to take a journal with me. I just take this and then I add it to my journal later. But what if you were planning a trip to the um, Oregon coast and you had this watercolor? You could paint a scene, but better yet, what I'm finding is that I'm loving painting scenes by just having them right in front of my face, not on a camera that fades away, not on a computer that goes to sleep, but a constant picture that's right there for you to look at up and down to do your drawing and your painting. So I'm gonna I'm gonna work on that and make some of these little kits up. Oh, I feel bad. I also didn't bring the thing that I've already made, is these packets with postcards. But that's okay. We're talking more about how to take a postcard and change it. So I also like to add stickles to these and make them glittery. So I'll be doing that also. But today I did something for the first time. This was fun. My friend Zandra, who keeps on giving me all of these things that I need, I looked at the packet and I'm like, what am I going to do with these? And I've decided I want to paint like Matisse when I do start doing my canvases. So I decided, I looked at this postcard and I thought, oh, I used my Posca pens, acrylic markers, and I covered them in different colors. It was just like this sepia color. It was like brown. It was, instead of being black and white photo, it was black and white. And then I just added some colors and some designs. And like this is very Matisse like, because he always has like some kind of blue and white pottery in his work. So this is going to be fun, right? Like, so I did that today after my journaling, and then I'm like, what am I going to do for the rest of the day? I think today is the day to make my live video. So what I'm talking about that got me motivated to do this is this great postcard collage kit. And I'm going to have a link to Paper Source, and I'm going to have a link to my bookshop, because you can buy this in my bookshop. And what this is, it is a great resource. So it has this really cute book, and it shows how you could collage, how you could embroider, how you could paint on. Now, none of these show the glittering like I do, which is where I'm drawn to. Because after I looked at all of these, I thought, what can I do to make that mine? And that is to add the glitter to it. That's where I think I'm going to concentrate on. So it is this neat book, this great box, which keeps everything organized. And inside also is 100 postcards. So I am ready to be sending it's upside down, which is funny. I'm ready to be able to, send out postcards again. I used to send out postcards for almost every holiday. And then, life gets busy and I don't do that as much as I should or as much as I used to. So I also wanted to show you this because um this was something that I bought after I had my store. No, I bought it during when I had my store, and on the back of it, it said the company that made it. So obviously it's from the 20s with the bob haircut, and inside of it was this butterfly. So I imagined having these available, and they're pretty easy to make. You can do this like with a stick and a rubber band, but knowing how much things is sold quickly there, I couldn't get involved with that. Plus, I'd never actually bought them. I got to the point where I was going to do a wholesale order, and what happened with us was we had Sandy hit, and our first year I sourced things. I sourced like smash books, journals from Peter Popper Press, and I made my own greeting cards, and then I bought and sold letterpress cards. They were my favorite. And then there was also Emily McDowell. Like, she just started her company during that time, and they were empathy cards, right up my alley. I I love those cards because, after all, when you are sending a greeting card, not only are you wishing someone well, but you're also maybe sensing how somebody's feeling, and that's why you're sending them a card. You have empathy. So her cards were perfect, and she had the best cancer cards also. Very, very gritty, very real, but really well done. So when I looked up this company, I was floored, and I wrote a blog post about it because it ended up being a Victorian factory that was located in Bradley Beach, New Jersey. And the way that I went to work every day, I passed it. And I was like in disbelief. Like, this was one of my signs. I was just like, this is happening for a reason. You got to do something. Well, that's when I saw life is out of our control because I wrote about it. I appreciated it. And the years to come, I became very busy once I started commuting to Woodbridge because not only was I working a full-time job, I was commuting in at least an hour on a good day to work. And then I was doing the books for the store. I was giving my ex-husband the day off sometimes, especially June when he couldn't be there on Thursdays. And our lease said that we needed to be open. And so things went on the back burner, and so did this building. So um, the building became condominiums, and they're named after this company, Adam Condominiums or Townhouses or something like that. But they did sell off some of it, and there is somebody, but they're in California, that is doing it, and they're very expensive, but very, very, very well done. And so it is amazing that they are still in business, but man, I would love to do something with them someday, or really just, I've done it for my kids where I've put the butterfly in their card. And it's a lot of fun to see them and then hope that nobody gets hurt when they come flying out. But that's one of the fun things I hope to bring back. I did learn to make pop-up cards this year with butterflies, but again, they're so intensive with time. I probably won't do too many of those, but I would love to do a few special ones for birthdays. I have a lot of friends that love butterflies also. So I I just almost canceled you. Anyway, so moving on. So during the time of 2000, actually 2021 was after lockdown, after April Cornell closed. Is that right? Yes, that's right. Before I started working for Vera Bradley, I was selling on eBay and I was making boxes. So this one I kept for myself because I really loved the rose motif. I loved the girls. And then I had somewhere to put some really special cards. So some of the special cards that I collect are also French. Um, so I did go to France at one point, but these I found in Spring Lake, which is what I would like to pursue. I've been hammering pansies, and that I think is the perfect thing to do for cards with um with pressing them. It's hard to attach and then have them off the page and preserve them. Whereas when you hammer them, it takes the dye and it puts it right into the paper. So I love to hammer them and then add um, glitter to them also. But maybe I can do pink flowers also. But oh my gosh, these images are so sweet. So I have to look at the dates. If they're before 1938, I can reproduce them. But I just love them. I even have a Mona Lisa card in black and white. A lot of these are very old. But what I loved most was these handmade cards from France to a couple in Spring Lake. And they are just so special. And they're all written in French. But again, they love to just use these black and white pictures of people. Like, we don't know who the people are, but they represent, love and a happy anniversary. And they're just really special. So I find when I look at something like that, it really motivates me to be making cards again. And so I hope to do that along with writing them. So that brings me to the book of The Correspondent, which ended up being a debut novel. I talked about it, but I wrote about it this month, and that's what this live video is about correspondence and how a lot of what we do now is through Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, or texting, not even talking. So I love this forum because I get to talk. One of the things that's really hard is I'm spending 4 days straight by myself. I haven't done that in a really long time. And when I look at my calendar, it's just like, dun, dun, dun. It makes me really sad. But I broke it up by doing this in the middle so that I can talk about what I'm excited about and what I'm doing. One of the things I'm excited about and what I'm doing is, and again, it involves a box that I made. And shows about letter writing and postcards and everything. And inside of it is who I have been getting mail from, and that is someone through this correspondence club. And a couple of my friends really are good at sending thank yous. They sending me, thinking of me kind of things. And one special, well, oh, I should have that to share. My friend Xandra just made this beautiful mermaid card, and she made her initials ZC out of mermaids. It is stunning, and I don't have it to share. Anyway, I'll share it another time. But one of the people that I am corresponding with is, I don't want to put anybody's address in here or anything, so I'm just gonna cover that up. But I did get the special cancellation, and I sent something trying to do a special cancellation to her. No, this one isn't. But I'm pretty sure I put in here one card that does. It's the two. Yes, here it is. Sorry. It's the 250 cancellation. So if you had gotten any fun mail during this time, you did get that, which was really cool and exciting to see when it came in the mailbox. But anyway, look at how nice this is. So that is my first letter from my I guess you're gonna call her a pen pal, but my fellow corresponder from the Correspondence Club from Booktown, our local bookstore, put together this, and it's going to be really fun. So, we sent our letter in May. In June, we picked up our mystery corresponder. And then, July we write, August we write, I guess September we write also. And then October at Booktown, they're going to have a gathering of all of us. So we get to meet who our correspondent was. So that's something really fun, very timely, gets me away from the, from the computer, or gets me away from scrolling. I shouldn't be anti-computer, because here I am, and this is a great way to communicate. And I just am really happy to be able to share here. I'm going to share one more thing, because this is one of the things I'm most excited about doing, and I hope I do it soon. This is a record sleeve. So at the end of having to store, I was doing these. I think I maybe raised the price to $8, because it was a lot. It was making the lining, and then what I was doing was I was using a one-of-a-kind, well, I had a few, because this was all rescued from the garbage. You have to understand. And I was just like, I'm going to do something with this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But anyway, and when I did the moving, mostly what I kept was Bon Jovi and Bruce Springsteen. But I do have some others, and I did just buy this really cool paper at Paper Source. And it is Rockstar paper. So like in these, right away, it's hard to recognize who they are, but especially without my glasses. Oh, this is the one that you can really tell. It's David Bowie. So I want to line envelopes with that, and I want to go through my 45s, and hopefully I have something that I can put together with that. Or I'll just use it, for Bon Jovi for the lining. But what I really like to do is use this, and then, like, I would love to do the lyrics from, like, Living on a Prayer, and have it so that you can see that when you open your envelope. And so this is what is great about having the clear envelope template, it's called. And this is an A6 for an A6 card. And so that's going to be fun also. I really appreciate you joining me here. I went long. I usually like to do about 20 minutes. I did half an hour, but that was fun. And I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you leave some comments, or just tell me what you think, or if you like to make greeting cards or send postcards or alter postcards. I would love to hear from you and see what you do. So please leave some comments on YouTube. Nobody's this can go to YouTube after it is here, not just to subscribers. So I appreciate you watching. Thank you. Cheers.